It's been a while. It has been a while that we don't do a podcast, a one of these talks with you guys and help you guys catch up to everything we've been up to and everything we've been doing and everything that's been happening.
The fun stuff. The
All the
meats and
fun,
potatoes.
fun, scary, exciting, life altering. Man, it's like I think like a lot of people must be going through a lot of this stuff, but maybe we can tell them some of the stuff we've experienced and the stuff that we've been going through and how we're coping with it and how miracles do happen and how there's some way there's life after death and then there's some way somehow when certain things pass, other things kind of are born.
Yeah.
It's like it has completely altered the way I think, the way I behave. It's just it's different now. Everything is different now. Like everything is different now.
Yeah,
But
it's been a humbling
it's been a
experience.
humbling experience, as you guys know.
This 2020.
It's 2020, right? As you guys know, back in March, we had to close down our business. We were teaching one day on a Thursday, and then the next day, we weren't teaching anymore. It was done. Closed shop.
Yeah, that was March 13th when we had to close shop. And then we closed shop for what? 2 months and a half, almost 3 months?
3 months. We closed shop for 3 months. We were given the okay to open up again in June.
On June 8th,
June
right?
8th. Yep, June 8th.
So yeah, it was close to 3 months.
Yeah. So and some of those months have 31 days. So it kind of, the week wise, it's about 3 months. And we open up. It's not the stellar opening that we would expect, just because it's understandable.
Yeah, it's COVID.
There's a virus out there, COVID. Uh, Parents are scared, right? Sending their kids, but it's their generation to shine because the people that are more at risk are older folk. People that are less at risk, according to statistics, are the 20-year-olds, the teens, and the kids.
That's
And
right.
if they do get it, which they do get it, it's not as bad for them. It's not as bad for them. Now, older folk, it's tough. So it hasn't been a stellar summer camp. It has not been a stellar summer camp, and then in the middle of that, we're worrying about if we should continue with summer camp or not. Our dog passes away. He gets sick.
Yeah, and out of the blue, he
Out of the
died within
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, just like that.
Started.
Found him in the kitchen,
Yeah.
dead. And then we spoke about this in our vlog,
That's right.
right? At Kick Out Your Ticket on YouTube. That's the plug, right? That's the plug right there. But he left us a gift,
He did. He did.
and
It
that's
was
your
a nice
favorite
one.
gift right now, right?
That's my favorite toy right now.
That's your favorite toy right now. So life passed, and then 2 days later,
We're given a
we're
beautiful
given a
gift.
gift of life. A brand new 3-week-old baby kid.
Yeah, I'm not pregnant.
Yeah, that's right. A beautiful 3-week-old baby kitten, and she's brought kind of life back into our house with
That's
stuff.
right.
And then once we're really happy, um, we come to a conclusion that we have to close our business.
That's right.
Our business has to close. The physical location of our business has to close. Um, it's like a restaurant. If there's now people and there's not a line outside the restaurant, that restaurant's not making money.
That's right.
They can be doing takeout.
But I don't think it would be enough. They
It's
need
not
that.
enough.
They need the alcohol sales.
They need,
A
while you're
beer,
waiting
yeah.
for your table to be served, they want you at the bar ordering a drink, like you just said.
Yeah, or appetizers or
Having a
anything
good
of that.
time.
Yeah, just
Right?
chilling.
And do you really want to go into empty restaurants? Like, that's not, like, if you see a restaurant that's nice and crowded and full and the energy's nice and good, and then you see a restaurant that's completely empty with only maybe one person there, you don't want to be there.
No, I want to be
You're like,
where
why
where
is
it's jamming.
everybody there? Because there's fun and good.
Exactly.
So now if you're walking around trying to find a restaurant and it's empty, it just doesn't feel the same.
No, and you know what? To be honest, even though we're very precautious, I wouldn't want to eat at a restaurant.
Yeah,
I
not
feel
yet.
bad because
Not
you
yet.
should support your local restaurants. But I mean,
But
we do
we
the takeout.
We do takeout. We do takeout. But eating there, is just
Yeah, it's
right now.
worrisome.
We just don't know enough.
I mean, listen, when you're opening up your phone and you're going into your Facebook or Instagram, and the first thing popping up is they just recorded a new high for the day from the previous high, you start thinking, hey, you know what? I think staying home is a good idea.
And we have been staying home.
We have.
have been staying home. We're teaching martial arts from home. Right? We're teaching kids, adults. I mean, we're having a great time via Zoom, and we're teaching kids there. We're having a ball, but it's when it comes to restaurants and the economy and stuff like that, it's tough because
Yes.
how do you can't do Zoom for restaurants? You can just do takeout.
Exactly. And how do you blame someone to not bring their kids to camp when it's scary out there? I mean, some people believe, some people don't, and some people are in the middle. But
And the funny thing is that the media, like we always complain about the media. We always say, the media is always fear mongering. The media is always throwing this and it's trying to divide us and it's trying to do this. But you go down your social media feed and you have it coming from everybody now. Everybody's fear mongering. You have one side showing what the other side is doing bad, and then you have the other side showing what the other side is doing bad, and it's getting too crazy. It's getting because nobody is stepping back anymore. Nobody, and everybody's right, and nobody's wrong.
yeah.
Everyone's right, nobody's wrong, and now everybody's fear mongering. Everybody's saying it's not COVID. It's fake. Then you have those saying it is. People are dying. It's going crazy.
Then you have those.
Then you
saying,
have those.
5G.
Then you have oh, it's all Antifa. Then you have no, it's this, no, it's that, no, it's this, no, it's just it's so much.
It's so divided. There's
It's so
much
divided.
division.
But everybody's fear mongering because everybody's trying to prove why their side is always right, and it doesn't matter which side it is you're on. It doesn't matter. You're just hearing why your side is right and the other side is wrong. Whether you believe in a virus or not, there's two sides to it. You have people who believe in it, people who don't. People who say it's not that bad, people who say it's gonna kill everybody.
And both sides always have valid points.
Yeah, because you can go and research everything, but now what everybody's doing is look. I need to show this to the world because if I show it to everybody, then they're gonna understand how true it is.
Exactly.
And then once you put it out there, you have the other person from the other side is gonna shoot back and go, nope, because of this and this and this and that. Whatever it is.
And everybody's right.
And everybody's right. It doesn't have to be just about the virus or Corona. It could be about these riots or the protests or Trump or the police or whatever it is. But everybody's either you're attacking the police or you're defending the police, or you're attacking the white race or you're attacking the black race, but everybody's always throwing something, and no matter what you throw, there's always going to be a rebuttal to whatever you're throwing. So it's just creating more tension. It's just creating more tension.
And there's always going to be injustice in both sides.
We're humans.
Well, exactly.
We're not perfect.
But that's one of the most beautifulest things of America is that you can actually speak your point. But now, lately, everybody gets so offended.
Yeah, everybody gets offended, and everybody's just getting upset.
No one, like we always say, no one is practicing the listen to understand rather than listen to reply.
Yeah. You know what? I got caught up in it for a minute, and then I was like, you know what? I can't. I'm not about that. I can't. It takes too much from you.
It does,
because then you respond something, right? You write something, you respond something, and then somebody writes something that, whether you agree with it or not, you're tempted to respond, and then you get into these little arguments.
And the thing with the arguments is that no one ever. I mean, I've actually had discussions with people where they come out pretty awesome. I'm like, wow, that makes sense. I understand now why you feel that way. But then I've had others that I'm like, wow, I just wasted my whole entire time just trying to prove what? They don't care. They're not going to listen.
I think it's just sometimes, but I stopped. Like I don't. I had to stop. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was done. I don't post. I don't make any post on any site anymore. I'm done with that. I'm just. You know what? If you're focusing your whole day on that, then you're
That's
not
what
working. That's what your mind's gonna be.
Then you're not working your plan.
You're not working your plan. You're letting the plan work you.
Yep.
And you're part of the plan. Whether you believe it or not, you're part of the plan. How? However you believe it.
That's true.
However you believe it, you're part of the plan. If you're the plan of believing or attacking or defending, you're still part of the plan. Because there's somebody that created that plan or created that circumstance to create that division or that argument or whatever it is. So unless you completely take yourself away from everything and you're not on either side and say, you know what, I need to live my life. I need to worry about my family. I need to take care of me. I need to do what works best for me. But all this fighting going back and forth and it's hard to do because then you have so many people are fighting and you have to be ready for the fight. You cannot just you cannot just ignore a fight because they're gonna hit you. You should be aware of it, but if you consume your mind with it and you consume every single hour and day and trying to argue with this and argue with this and post here and comment here, you know what? Sometimes all you have to do is type it out, write it all out, put those punctuations at those exclamation points, add a little heart because you're talking from the heart, add a brain because what you're saying is smart. Do it whatever you want to do. And then once you finish, look at it, read it once or twice, and then erase it. Don't even send it. Don't even send it. Sometimes you just need to write it. You don't even need to send it. Because you know what? That's how I managed to get myself out of it. I would write it, then I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. What's the point? I'm going to get into an argument with somebody I know on social media. And then I'm going to get into an argument with somebody who I know and I probably respect. Because if they're my friends on social media, they're good. But then you have those that are not your friends on social media. And what do they care what you have to say and what do you care what they have to say? You guys don't even know each other. Why argue with each other? He's going to try to convince you that you're wrong and you're going to try to convince them that they're wrong. It's a battle. Pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose your battles. And talking about picking and choosing your battles, we picked and chose a battle to focus on a business and we had to close it down. And we knew it was a battle we couldn't win. And that's why we decided to say, you know what? It
was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. We're closing it down. But people believe in us and what we can do for children and the type of program that we can create or that we have created and that we worked so hard for in 10 years. And I think people saw that and we got an opportunity of a lifetime.
We did.
You know, with an established business.
Here in the area.
That's right, here in South Florida. And now we're joining forces and our clubhouse is going to be better than ever now.
That's right. Everything we've ever wanted is going to be there.
I remember I used to tell the kids, you know, if I had more access to funds, I would get you guys this, I would get you guys that. I just can't afford it. But I want to be able to provide you guys a safe haven, a safe place where it's fun as hell, man.
That's right.
Where it's fun because you're only a kid once. And you should have a
short period of time.
Most of your life is spent as an adult and not as a kid. You only get that period once. Why not make it as fun as possible? We wanted to create this space where the kids can go to every day. And unfortunately, we never had enough funds to be able to do it. We put all our life savings into Super Kids Clubhouse.
Yeah, we did.
You know, we put everything, sweat, tears, money, everything. And somebody saw, and they approached us, this gentleman, and now we're joining teams with a reputable company here in South Florida. And now we're going to start business over there, working our camps. But this place has everything I wanted to have and we wanted to have for our clubhouse.
Isn't that
Laser
awesome?
tags,
Uh-huh.
arcade, live half-court basketball courts, soccer, batting cages. Like we had the arts, but we were a sports facility.
Exactly.
Because we were martial arts. But we had the arts. We used to do, a lot of arts and crafts, a lot of Lego activities, but we never had enough space to be able to be really competitive and work the sport aspect of a clubhouse.
Exactly.
And
Now we got it.
we got the opportunity to run these sports because we used to take the sports and do it once a week at the park.
Exactly.
We used to do sports with them at the park. Now, we can run sports with them throughout the day. And it's something that we've wanted to do. We haven't had the chance to do it, but now we can. So that's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing summer. I think right now with this opportunity, you know what? A lot of people wished us when we announced that we were closing down the clubhouse. A lot of people wished us, hey, you know what? You guys are going to come back bigger and better than ever. And the universe heard.
They did.
The universe heard your prayers from the people that surround us. It was fast within 2 days.
The same Saturday night that we sent that email out.
That 2 days later, we had to send another.
He texted.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of blew it off.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I was like, no one's coming to camp. Just, there is kids coming to camp. But I'm just saying, compared to what it used to be.
So we used to have 80 kids in camp.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have 80 kids in camp.
And now we're topping at about 10, but what would help us maintain and stay afloat is 30.
30, that's right.
So we just chose to cut it quits.
Yeah, because 10 was...
We were paying out of our pocket.
We were paying out of our pocket, completely.
We didn't have any pockets to pay from.
And now we teamed up, and it's going to be an amazing experience.
No,
I think
the kids are going to have a blast. Even our son was like, hey, I'm coming on Monday.
I'm coming. That's right, I'm coming.
We're going to have some fun.
Yep.
So come on, guys. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, we're going to, you know what? We're getting everything ready because we're a week away.
Oh, no less.
Less than a week. That's right.
So this weekend, we're going to be selling everything. We're liquidating our place because we don't need any of our stuff. Just a couple of things, but not too much.
Yep.
So liquidation's happening, which at first it was really sad when the email got sent out, but now I'm excited. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. It's a new adventure.
Yep.
And so we're getting rid of all that stuff on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we have to have the whole area, that whole section set up already. So that's going to be fun. The coaches are super excited.
Everybody's excited. Kids are excited. Coaches are excited. I think parents are excited because we're getting a lot of feedback now from a lot of parents saying that they want to now join us. I mean, we did increase the space by 3,000 square feet.
And activities by tenfold.
By tenfold. We're going to have so many activities now. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. All right, so that's where we're at right now. We are in the start of a brand new venture.
That's right, with a partner that we've never had before, technically.
We've always done it alone. It's been a mom and pop store. That's what the clubhouse is. A lot of people thought, it's a franchise and stuff. We're a mom and pop store. And we try to do something good for the community, for the kids of the community, for the kids in our area. And we've managed to do that. But unfortunately, coronavirus came around and shut everybody down of the service industry.
It had a different plan. But you know what? This plan's going pretty awesome. Let's see, right? Where it takes us.
You know what? I read something the other day. It said everything grows in the rain. So everything grows in the rain. So when it's storming outside,
I'll show you.
Yeah, that's right.
I have it.
You have it?
Yeah.
What does it say? Let's see who finds it first.
It says, without rain, nothing grows. Learn to embrace the storms in your life. Yeah.
That is beautiful. And right now we've gone through some storms.
Oh my God. Remember we sat here and we cried?
It was tough. It was really tough. It was actually really tough to be able to do the farewell, to say goodbye. But we were leaving.
Yeah, we were done.
We were done. There was nothing for us here in South Florida. But the beauty of it was that we were going to be able to, we could move anywhere we wanted to, anywhere, and we wanted to give something else a try.
Yeah, I think that I think fresh beginnings are awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to be staying in South Florida for so
Well, it is a fresh beginning.
it is a fresh beginning with a new venture, new place, new clubhouse, new partners in a way, right? And do you think she needs to go?
Yes.
So a little kitty cat just woke up, and usually when she wakes up, she tries to find her
Litter box.
her litter
Excuse me,
box.
guys.
So yeah, she's gonna go ahead and we don't want her. Yep, she's looking for something. You see it? Look.
Come on, Chitara.
There you go. So we named her Chitara. Chitara is a character from the Thundercats from back in my day, the Thundercats, and Chitara. So she did use the sandbox.
Yeah.
The little
She
box.
jumped right in.
There we go. You see? So she was looking for it. She actually woke up. She sleeps in the couch right next to us, and and she's turning 5 weeks only, and she already knows how to use the little box.
We have such advanced little beautiful animals.
Yeah, she's a pretty cool cat. She's a pretty cool cat.
Hey,
she's a cool cat. Talk to me. Talk to me.
So we're opening up on that side, and do we have kind of an idea of what's happening now with the school intendant? Like, does anyone know what's going on with schools?
All right. So there's some here in Florida, for at least is what I can speak about. Here in Florida, they have they're thinking about half virtual, half at campus. They're thinking about Mondays, Tuesdays, certain students would be there, and then on Wednesdays they would be cleaning everything, and then Thursdays and Fridays, another group of kids would come there. And I've also heard things where kids will go in the morning and certain kids will go in the afternoon, but they would have to disinfect sometime throughout the day.
Oh, okay.
I assume. And I don't think any of that makes any sense. It doesn't make sense. So if your child goes to school in the afternoon, your 4-year-old, 5-year-old child goes to school in the afternoon. Let me see, does he go to school in the morning? Who does he stay with while the parent goes to work?
Didn't stay with us. SKC.
They can stay with us if that's right. They might be able to stay with us. Let's see how that works out. Now, here's another thing. Let's say they have days on and days off. Can a 4-year-old, a pre-K, a kindergartner, a first grader stay home alone?
No.
Can't do it.
But they got SKC.
They got the clubhouse. They can't. You have first, second, third, fourth grade. Maybe fifth graders can stay home alone. Maybe. But that's pushing it because not at that age. You're 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, no, at that.
Some kids can. Some kids are very good. But there's some kids that you know which kids. You're like, man, my kid, he can't stay home alone. He's gonna destroy the house.
No,
It's
true.
Yeah.
Or he'll hurt himself.
He'll hurt
Forget
himself.
destroying the house. The house will burn.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
give
the
him-
house will burn down.
Yeah, he'll hurt himself.
Or the kid'll, you'd come home and the kid'll have a messed up neck.
I have a solution, but nobody's listening.
I'm listening.
But are you guys listening? Hello. All right. Here goes my solution. All right, it's a crazy idea,
That's a pretty good
and
one.
it has a con, and we'll go over the con because there's a but, there's a big but there.
I got big butt and I cannot lie.
All right. So, middle schoolers and high schoolers are old enough, for the most part, to stay home alone. They can at least make themselves something to eat throughout the day, which means they won't starve. And mostly all of them know how to wipe their ass at that age. That's it. They're pretty good. Okay. So if they can do virtual schooling, that would have middle schools across Florida. I'm speaking for Florida because there's a lot of positive cases here, right? High schools and middle schools will be empty. So you take the elementary school age students and you spread them out across all these empty schools. So I would say that the 4th and 5th graders will probably go to the high schools because they're the biggest ones. Mm-hmm. 2nd and 3rd graders will stay in the middle schools because it's not as big. And I would say the pre-K through 1st grade would have to stay in the elementary schools because everything is made a little bit smaller. and then you can spread the kids out. But then that requires a lot more teachers.
So a broken system that was already broke.
That it was already in shambles.
Exactly. Now you just made them bust at the seams.
Yep. Because there's not enough money. They already had cut art programs. They cut art programs all the time. They cut music programs.
They are cutting programs now. They're cutting a lot of programs when they start school.
Well, they started cutting programs back in the day, 4, 3, 5, 6 years ago. There's never enough funding for schools. They got funding for everything else, but they don't have funding for schools.
These
right?
Beautiful tanks that the police have. Let me stop.
Listen, I believe this. You know what? Let's talk about the police then. I think they shouldn't defund the police because I think that's dumb as well. But they're funding them in the wrong way. They're giving military tanks to them instead of training them, so issues like these don't happen.
Yeah, I mean, training is.
But it takes money to train.
And it's very simple to. It's
de-escalating tactics. You can have hand-to-hand combat, where they can learn how to disarm somebody or take somebody down in a proper position. Like they're saying that chokeholds shouldn't be allowed. Why not? I think chokeholds should be allowed. But you have to know how to use a chokehold. You can't just say, this is what you're going to do, and crank the guy's neck back in a way where you can either paralyze the person or kill them. But if you know how to apply it, you'll be able to control somebody very easily. But you have to know when the person passes out, you have to be trained to let go.
Yeah.
You're not a dog like the dogs they train. Dogs get trained not to release. They get trained to lock on and hold on to that perp. That's what they're trained for. You don't see it anymore where a police canine gets given an order, he immediately releases. You always see them trying to take them off. Huh? There's no training. So if a police officer, a human being, doesn't know when to let go because the person's going to die, then you're doing just what the dog is doing. That means you're just as a dog. Because that means you don't know how to let go. But you have to learn how to let go. You have to train. Like, we're martial artists. Mm-hmm. We train on fighting. We train on the martial art. But if you stop training, your skills are going to go away. And that's when it goes away fast. It's like lifting weights. You start lifting weights, and during this quarantine, I think a lot of people haven't been to the gym as much. And you might, when you go back, us included, we haven't been back to the gym. And you should notice that you will lose a little bit of strength.
A little.
A lot.
A lot. And muscle galore.
So if you're not training on proper technique on how to get somebody on the floor, maybe through jiu-jitsu training, maybe through martial arts training, through whatever training, right? But you do deserve some sort of hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah,
where you understand.
The police, they need a lot of training.
They need to redirect the funding they get to make better qualified people. Why do we get certain tests or every couple of years on something like eye test? When you go to the eye doctor, mm-hmm. right? All right. Or you get a test when they get your license. You have to see a letter on the board. They give mm-hmm. you a test. Hey, are you capable? All right. Same thing with officers. Give them the training, and they should be able to acquire. I've completed 10 hours of. So, man, how about to fly an airplane? How many hours do you need in order to fly a commercial airliner? Why? You're putting a lot of lives at risk. You're tired.
I was a little sleepy.
All right. So.
Keep going.
And they need 10,000 hours or some sort of crazy hours. What about to just sky jump to sky jump from an airplane?
Skydive, yeah.
Right?
To go by yourself, I think you need...
How many jumps do you need?
I don't know.
How about to fly a regular plane? How many hours do you need, or how many flight hours do you need in order to be able to fly on your own? I don't know that answer. I'm just saying.
450.
Right. So
yeah.
Now.
And then for the commercial ones, it's like 4,000 hours.
Then if you have a police officer, you can't just say, well, they need better training. Yeah, but it takes money. Mm-hmm. But they're redirecting the money to the wrong things. They're giving them tanks. They're giving
Squat gear.
like they look like military people.
Yeah, they look.
Why?
They
But you
look
know,
pretty
but you know
tough.
why? Because they're scared because they're not getting the training. So what do they need to do? If you're scared, what are you gonna do? You're gonna arm yourself up to the T.
That's right.
You're gonna have guns coming out of your teeth. Why? Because you're scared of everything. Why? Because you don't get enough training. You don't get enough training. You need training. You need de-escalating tactics like a negotiator, like what happened here in Miami, in Miami, a couple of months ago.
The
UPS
guy?
driver gets hijacked. He gets taken hostage. The guys come out. You see all the police department just rushing in with their guns drawn. The guy gets scared or something. I think the UPS driver comes out with his hands up. Everybody's scared. So they start shooting. The driver was scared. The police were scared. So but the police scared them. Why didn't they just form a parade and be like, you know what, we're gonna stand here. This car cannot go anywhere else.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like, how much ammo could they have possibly had in there?
Yeah, they killed an innocent bystander and all the gentlemen.
Yeah.
But why wasn't a negotiation started at that point? Somebody that knows how to de-escalate.
But isn't that what they used to do?
In the movies, I've seen that a lot, like with the Charles Bronson and
But we saw the
Morgan
Waco.
Freeman.
We saw the Waco,
Yeah.
Waco
The
documentary,
that's right.
and they had a negotiator, but still they didn't even listen to the negotiator.
Then they got tired. They didn't want to negotiate with them. They were tired of negotiating,
But
according to the movie. According to the movie.
according to the documentary.
But
that's not what you do, right?
But that's why they need training and say, oh, this is not a time to pull out guns because there's an innocent person that's been taken hostage. His life is priority number one. And everybody else around. So right now, it's not time to pull out guns. Right now, they need to be trained to understand that in that precise scenario, it's about de-escalating because there are many innocent lives at hand. Now, if the perps are there alone, come out or you might get shot if you have weapons and you already shot somebody. But now you have a hostage. It's a different, complete scenario.
It is, though.
It's complete. If they're alone and they already shot somebody, that means they're riding and dying. All right? You already shot somebody. You don't have a hostage. You're gonna die, bro. You're gonna die. You already tried to kill people. You're not in your mental state is not there, and you need to be taken out. You're done. But everything changes when there's a hostage. Now you cannot incite a combative stance at that point. You need to be able to take care of the public, because it can be anybody. It can be you, it can be me, it can be a kid, it can be an old lady. It was an old gentleman that got caught in the crossfire and he died.
Yeah, but there shouldn't have been a crossfire in the street.
I know, but that's the training they need. But they're buying tanks, and they're buying, they're getting armed to the teeth. They look like military people.
Remember, one of our friends who was a police officer told us that they're arming them like if they were going to war.
Yeah, they're arming them like they're going to war.
And I see the police here. I was watching a video the other day of a guy getting arrested and people being really nasty to the police, which I think that if the police is doing their job and they're arresting someone in a decent form, leave them alone. That's not right. Don't start trying to attack them because now you're attacking the police. That's wrong.
Listen, people are people, and anybody's gonna get offended. So, if somebody antagonizes you while you're doing your job, how will you respond?
You're gonna have to handle the situation and get angry.
You're gonna get anybody. You're just human. You're gonna get angry. You're gonna get angry.
They were like hitting them,
but
like
then
smacking them and
yes.
hitting them, and that's not.
But you don't want to. Let's say, man, if I'm teaching karate in a karate class, and I have some idiot coming in and telling me, you suck. You're a bad instructor. F you. And he's slapping me in the back of the head. Like,
and you're not doing anything bad.
I'm just teaching my class. I'm doing my job. What am I? I'm gonna get upset.
Of course.
I'm gonna get upset.
And that's when you get tased.
And that's when. And if I have a taser, I'm gonna freaking tase you.
And hold it.
And hold it. I'm gonna tase you. You're freaking hitting me.
Don't hit me for no reason.
I cannot go and instigate a fight.
Exactly.
And that's where they need training. Okay? Now, you're wrong if you're instigating cops, if you're assaulting a police officer, if you're assaulting anybody. You're wrong. You're wrong. On that part, you're wrong.
It doesn't matter who, what, where, what.
And if you're instigating a fight with the public, by giving a rough attitude, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because maybe that interaction didn't require,
Did it stop?
maybe that interaction didn't require to be escalated to that point, or to have this talk about there that maybe not all calls require a police officer to show up. There should be another department that shows up where it's not a dangerous situation. You know?
Exactly. No, and that's the way it should be.
So
It
a
should be like
police
that.
officer is not needed for every. I got robbed. There's no perps here.
Like in New York, I think that
Like I got robbed, and they ran away and left. Why does a police officer need to get there now?
that's it. No,
He's not there. He's not there to protect anymore. Now it's an investigation. Now we need a special person that doesn't even have a gun. The people left, right?
yeah.
Why
'cause
run
now
the
you're just doing a report,
Why run the risk?
or have them come into the precinct to do a report.
Yes, but why the precinct? Why go to a place where people have a whole bunch of guns?
Well, that's true. Then you can.
There
do
should
it.
be another location, or another place, another entity
Mm-hmm.
that handles
the smaller
the smaller
issues,
crimes. Yeah.
like the
why?
bike got robbed or this.
Yeah. Why does a police officer need to get there for?
Yeah, it's kind of like New York that has the ambulance, which is trained professionals, and then it has the fire department. Two different people. Here's combined into one.
It's combined into one. They have to know. They have to know both. But there should be different departments for different things. What are they? You know, if hey, I'm seeing a person walking with a gun in my property, and he's trying to, and he's scoping my place through my windows. Cops better get there, right, with the
Yeah.
guns. You
Yeah.
guys come with the guns and take care of that guy outside because he's got a gun. You guys go and go fetch.
That's right.
Go get him, right? What doesn't require a police officer? What?
Somebody, like, why is a police officer called to an accident, unless it was something that had to do
There we
with
go.
like
There we go. There's no. There was there a crime? Was the guy drunk? Okay, but
But somebody else can do that report.
somebody can get there and
And then you probably have less police in the street,
yeah.
and they'd have better hours and shifts because
Yeah.
their shifts are tough and
Yeah.
they work. And I feel like they get overworked.
They would be in certain places where they are needed most.
Exactly. They'll be situated in positions that are mostly needed. And then the stuff that's very, very.
If it's a high crime area where more burglaries and robberies are happening, then there should be police patrol in that area with guns and stuff, because that's that type of neighborhood. If it's a safer neighborhood, like at my kid's school, why should you be walking around with a gun?
Yeah, no.
Why are you walking around with a gun around kids?
No,
Because there might be a school shooter.
But the security guard that's there should be able to handle that. And
He
how-
should, but what about if there's a school shooter?
Yeah, but what's the statistics?
There was one, and the police officer just ran away. He didn't do anything, I think.
That's what I'm saying. But what's the statistics of that actually happening? It's very low.
Well, but it's happened.
But
It's happened.
I understand, but that's why you have a security guard that has good training. They should have tactical police training, but they're just security guards. But they're not a police officer that goes out and does patrol for.
How
the
about for
area.
truancy and cutting class? Do we need police officers for that?
No, man, they shouldn't even get in trouble for that.
Like, if your kid if he's just cutting class, why should an armed man come get him?
They shouldn't.
It doesn't require an armed person to go after a 14-year-old girl.
I don't think if someone
14-year-old skinny girl who just decided to cut class that day. She needs to have a cop, a man, with a gun. Come get her.
Yeah, no.
And that requires another department or something better.
Yes, we require a lot of attention on our interactions between the public and the authorities.
Yeah.
I think that once we sit down, because you're right, like that. No, she shouldn't. They shouldn't be that way. She should be brought back to school by